human mind, 600 miles of synaptic fiber, 5.5 ounces of cranial fluid, 1,500 grams of complex neural matter, a 3-pound pile of dreams. But I'll tell you what it really is. It is the ultimate battlefield and the ultimate weapon. The wars of this modern age, the psychic age, are all fought somewhere between these damp, curvaceous, onion machines. From this day forward, you are all psychic soldiers, paranormal paratroopers, mental marines who are about to ship out on the adventure of their lives. This is our beachhead, and this is your landing craft. You shall engage the enemy in his own mentality. You shall chase his dreams. You shall fight his demons. You shall live his nightmares. And those of you who fight well, you will find yourselves on the path to becoming international secret agents. Psychonauts. The rest of you will die.
We're standing inside the Mother Lobe, the stomping ground of many a famed psychonaut, both past and present. At the beginning of a new adventure, where anything could happen, and our returning hero has dreamed of this moment for his entire life. Raz doesn't subscribe to the notion that you shouldn't meet your heroes. Hard to avoid, I guess, when every damn person who walks these hallowed halls fits the bill.
Wow. Here they are. The Psychic Six. The group of paranormal experts Ford Cruller gathered together to form the Psychonauts. Bob Zanato, Helmut Fulbear, Cassiopeia, Compton Boole, and Otto Mentalis.
It's a real who's who of the psychic world, straight from the pages of True Psychic Tales. And now Raz joins their illustrious ranks, working shoulder to shoulder as contemporaries.
If the other agents vouch for you, I might be able to get you a spot.
Or no, not quite.
In the intern program.
No.
What?
Welcome to the intern program. Let me get you your orientation materials.
Despite foiling a nefarious plot over the summer, our hero is given the indignity of intern status.
What, are we recruiting from kindergartens now?
He's got to establish a name for himself all over again, and earn the recognition of his peers.
Who are you?
I'm, Nick John Smith's new intern.
Oh, so you're the one not sorting all this mail.
Wait,
Better get all this mail sorted, quick! You're making Nick look bad.
what am I? A prisoner?
No, you're an intern.
What's the difference?
You're getting school credit. But don't be late for orientation. I hear the coordinator's a real brain buster.
You'll like Hollis, I think. She's strict, but deep down, she's really serious.
And that is how you perform the advanced psychic ability known as mental connection.
Cool.
But hey, at least he's not alone. He's joined by a fresh class of talented up-and-comers who will step up to be the next Ford Cruller, Mia Verdello, or Sasha 9.
I've got the situation under control.
This guy, or maybe her. Yeah, it's too soon to say, friend, but you've got to start somewhere. One thing's for certain,
Out of my way!
they're all in this together, and throwing Raz into this new dynamic is all kinds of fun. Headquarters is a hive of activity. Seems there's trouble brewing on multiple fronts.
Poor Lily.
You see, the head of the Psychonauts is out of action,
What the?
and there's a situation in the mailroom.
Hey, you guys gotta check this out. The new kid killed Nick.
I'm not even joking. Someone stole Nick's brain. It's a pretty big deal.
He's alive, but he's brainless.
What kind of sick monster would steal Nick's brain? I mean, Nick!
maybe he saw something he shouldn't have.
All signs point to conspiracy. That just might track back to the founding of the very organization itself.
We have reason to believe delusionists are involved. And they're trying to bring back Maligula.
What?
I know. Isn't it great? The Psychonauts haven't had this kind of a threat in years.
So yeah, it's pretty much an all-hands-on-deck situation here.
Does the Lady Luctopus Casino mean anything to you?
I'll get the jet.
I'll pack the go case.
I'll stay here and protect the children.
What?
To the interns' bay. Now. I've got some training exercises planned today that are both informative and safe. Last one there has to delouse the brain tumbler.
Unless you're a lowly intern, of course.
TV?
Raz, well, he's a little on the impatient side, and he's not about to sit this one out.
If you can change Forsyth's opinion of cilantro, maybe you could change her mind about the casino mission.
If you could get her not to be so worried all the time.
We could all go on a real Psychonauts mission!
I'm so glad you changed your mind about the mission, Agent Forsyth. I was nervous about bringing the children, but if you feel that it's safe, then it must be.
It's crucial we find out what these delusionists are up to at the casino. With you handling tactical command, I'd say our probability of mission success has risen 35%.
I'll take those odds. Now, how long till we reach the Lady Luctopus?
We are almost there.
Agent Forsyth, how are you feeling?
Lucky.
Well, we're here.
It's not long before you're kicking ass, taking names, and having an absolute blast.
This is going great, don't you think?
And that brings us to our next topic.
Sasha, still have the talking turtle?
Now, you ready?
Kind of.
Me too, kid.
Honestly, this game is everything you would want a sequel to Psychonauts to be. It's accomplished the remarkable feat of being better than the first installment on nearly all fronts. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this just might be the finest platformer ever made.
Slightly better than a mouthful of nails.
I know, huge calls to make, and entirely subjective. But this one is something special. Both a satisfying sequel and compelling standalone experience in its own right.
Congratulations! You did it! How does it feel?
Well,
Fantastic! Well, get ready, because it's time for your next dish!
Look a little young for the senior league,
I keep all my gray hidden under the helmet.
Good tip.
The ravages of time may have taken its toll on us, but for Raz and the gang, not so much.
Remember the time we fought off those brain tanks? That was cool.
That feels like 20 years ago.
That was like a few days ago.
In fact, only a week or so has come and gone since their antics at Whispering Rock.
That reminds me, I need to get back to my lab. Lovato should be waking up any moment.
They've even had time to unravel the head-scratching mysteries of the enigmatic Rhombus at Ruin.
You performed well in the field, Rasputin. I'll make sure Agent Forsyth finds out all about it in my report.
Time management skills to pay the bills, right? While there are callbacks and references, it doesn't get too caught up in the whole fan service thing. Instead, the game's all about telling a new story,
Oh, right. New intern.
populated with new characters and new gameplay. Anything you need to know to catch up on the happenings of the story is presented in a recap.
Well, I better get my head in the right place. The mission is about to begin.
The mind is the final frontier of humanity, and we've only begun to explore its mysteries. That is, after all, the true mission of the Psychonauts.
For all their talk of mental marines and spycraft, Psychonauts are essentially therapists.
Would you mind if I snuck a peek inside your mind?
Oh, thank you. I haven't had a checkup since Ford went away.
Really hands-on therapists, with the ability to psychically enter people's minds and sort things out.
Oh, you think the human mind is safe? That's cute.
But you best believe that poking around someone else's brain can be perilous. And best left to professionals with a very unique skill set. Raz is equipped with all kinds of tools to assist in navigating through the mental planes.
Even the best psychonauts require a little assistance now and then.
They're earned by acquiring gadgets and unlocking merit badges. Just like in the first installment. Still a point of pride for Raz. The others, not so much.
What are you doing, weirdo?
All abilities can be leveled up too, making Raz a whole lot more formidable.
Feels like I got a little more spring in my levitation.
Saying the mental worlds are imaginative, that's an understatement right there. But if you've already played through the first game, that won't come as a huge surprise. The Milkman Conspiracy, Black Velvetopia, Lungfishopolis, Meat Circus. Well, maybe not the last one, but yeah, the game's known for its incredible level design, and the sequel is no exception, overflowing with creativity and attention to detail. There's one that's best described as a psychedelic fever dream, with hippie vibes for days. There's one that riffs on the Wind Waker, where you sail across an ocean and explore islands. And if going to the dentist isn't your thing, you'll probably want to get through this one as quickly as possible.
Ugh. I can't even look at it.
Papercraft, cooking competitions, casinos. There's such an impressive variety here, built around the abstract representations of whatever mental crisis a character's working through, with art direction strong enough to carry their own full-length games.
Here goes nothing! Whoa, whoa! Oh, wow!
You'll be running, jumping, and climbing your way through all kinds of obstacles, all in the noble pursuit of improving mental health, one ass kicking at a time. Because when a mind objects to Raz's presence, senses are dispatched.
Everybody has those. You live in your mind and stamp out things that don't belong.
Like us?
You handle this one. I'll find a way out.
But they're no match against a highly trained Psychonaut. Intern. If you're a fan of collecting things, the game has your back. The varied worlds are full of mental baggage, figments, vaults and the like.
Hey, that's one of Dr. Robato's vaults.
All waiting to be found. One of the differences this time around, you can't get all the collectibles on your first playthrough. Sometimes you gotta come back when you unlock new abilities. Thankfully, there's a fast travel system to help navigate the expansive worlds. And Raz can use smelling salts to return to HQ at any time. While there's no obligation to collect everything, I absolutely did, and I'd do it again. Eventually, Raz is given greater privileges to explore the grounds of HQ. Built in a flooded quarry and surrounded by Pacific Northwest wilderness, you're greeted with a sprawling, interconnected hub that's all kinds of fun to explore. There's a sense of wonder venturing outside for the first time, with its fresh air and outdoorsy vibes, with people to chat with, collectibles to scour for.
One rank up for me, one new home for you, side challenge marker.
And just a whole lot of prettiness.
Yep, better not be any lake monsters.
Here's where you're given the opportunity to pursue your goals in whatever order you like. Sure, you've got to do them all eventually, but it makes the world feel a whole lot less linear. First up, I made it a priority to pat all the animals. Took a ride on the funicular. And only then was it time to take on some of the more important quests.
Okay, I'm off to the Forgetful Forest to find a bee for Agent Boole. This is a serious mission, no matter how adorable it sounds.
If you're in the area, be on the lookout for side critters, combat drones, and otherworldly phenomena. Your eyes don't deceive you, friend? That is an inverted waterfall. And the outskirts here are home to some of the more eccentric characters.
Nope!
Behold, the saga of the Psychonauts.
Following the twists and turns of the story is exciting. Initially, the interns don't exactly work as a cohesive unit,
Oh, body's nerfect. Am I right?
but it soon becomes apparent that all the grown-ups here are every bit as dysfunctional, with old rivalries, loves, and shared history just waiting to be revisited. Really, there's not a well-adjusted character in sight.
I've got something here that will help.
That's an incredible security violation.
It's dangerous in here. Lots of, broken things.
And that's before Raz's family arrives.
Son, the whole family is here.
My little booty!
Who aren't so open-minded about the whole psychic thing?
Rasputin, stop goofing around and explain yourself. Who are these people?
We are the Aquatos! Traveling thrill givers and practitioners of the acrobatic arts.
Great. Well, this is a highly restricted area. The campgrounds are over the hill.
Bye, Pooter.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Raz is not immune though, absolutely having his fair share of mental baggage.
Stay away from the water!
Still got that water phobia, huh?
It's not a phobia, it's a curse. Back in Grulovia, my whole family was cursed to die in water, and...
Yeah, super sad. Look at these posters!
But the mystery at the core is the catalyst for everyone to step up. Seeing all the plot threads come together and the characters working together is incredibly satisfying.
There's a little chaos on every mission, Raz. A psychonaut must always remember how to roll with it. You remember how to gather your thoughts and roll with them, right?
That's because the writing here is wonderful.
Try to stay calm. Whatever you do, don't have a...
This time around, the game has a more nuanced take on mental illness. Complex themes presented in approachable and empathetic ways.
People are complicated, kid. You're too young to get it.
I'm gonna go.
While still being incredibly funny.
Try not to kill anybody.
Okay, I'll try. No promises.
Agent Forsyth, hold on. I can explain. This is all my fault. I used mental connection to change some things in your mind, to make some new connections. I didn't think...
You did what?
I'm sorry.
That explains everything. I knew I wasn't this stupid. I mean, I have a degree in mathematics, you know? I thought I was really losing it. But it turns out my only problem was you.
Wait. I can explain. You're right. I knew it was wrong the second I did it. I'm ashamed of myself. I violated your trust and very idea of what it means to be a psychonaut. I guess I'm not ready for this after all. I'll pack up my stuff.
You don't need to do that.
You're right. I don't even have any stuff to pack. I'll just go.
No. Listen. You're right about violating trust. What you did was wrong. Very wrong. But, truth is, I pulled a similar stunt once.
Really?
Only the person whose brain I messed with, I couldn't put them right again. They had to call in the Psychonauts to undo what I did. That's when I met Truman Zanotto. He taught me how to apply my powers in a responsible way. The Psychonauts, we're not here to change people's minds, Raz. Not here to fix people. We're here to help people fight their own demons. The ones they already have.
Psychonauts 2 is good-natured with a whole lot of heart. One of those games you can go back to again and again. Like comfort food. Or a warm hug.
My name is Raz, and today is my first official day on the job.
That was Mosey Through. I'm Dan Clark. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to mosey through to the like and subscribe buttons.